Let's move on though. Before we get to this next topic, I want y'all to just tell the people a little about the podcast. This might not go well. What it's about, how we get started, why doesn't it go well?
I'm about to get slandered. Go ahead.
Oh, yes. This podcast was in the making for over 5 to 6 years. 2014 2015. Me and him both met in college, and we was both studying in the communication class. And we also had a project where it was doing the podcast. That was our project.
It wasn't even called a podcast. It's like you had to create a form of media. That was
it.
Just a digital form of media and share it. And you had to storyboard it, script it out, all of that.
It's still there. We might put the footage out on our page soon because I still got the first 2 episodes. But after we recorded, I was like, yo, this something we can do. Like I like the chemistry that we had. We had like 3 other people on. We was like, yo, we could make this and do a YouTube series, go around the college. Nah, bro, I ain't doing it. For the next 5 years, at least 1 or 2 times I have brought it up. Let's do this podcast. Finally, the pandemic hit. Unfortunately.
He had nothing else to
board
do.
in the house board.
I was like, bro, let's finally do it. He finally gave in, and they was like, yo, we want to separate ourselves from other podcasts because there's like the Joe Buttons and all the stuff that just go off the tangent and go that and based off and we be having these conversations because this podcast basically came off of our conversations because we do our weekly check-ins. It's really real because we call and do our weekly check-ins and then it would just be an hour just talking shit. Whether it could be economics to girls to anything like that. It was like, we should really just transform this into audio and give it out to the people. So that's how it came about.
Yeah, man. It was like literally like the original, I think I still got the notebook of like the original ideas we had. It just came into like, all right, what's going on in our lives right now? What is important to make sure that you have? You got the representation, 2 black men. You also have the representation of like having your own opinions about different things that are happening in the world, but then also being true. Like we like to talk shit. We enjoy it. We have experiences that we feel like we heard somebody talking about it when we were a little bit younger, or even like 3, 4, 5 years ago. You think coming out of college, you just hearing about, all right, what's happening in the world? How do you vote? Oh, snap, the stock market booming. I wish somebody would say like, yo, what's a platform? Just throwing information out, because I know I'm the type and he's the type. You hear something, you go try it out. Like, yo, what's Robert? Let me download it. Might not use it for a couple months, but you feel me? Let me go do that. Oh, snap. What's Apple doing? Oh, let me see how this new joint working. Yeah, it's just like that word of mouth and creating that platform in that space, and especially for like just those relationship topics. Like our toxic section is the most popular thing, but I think it's because there's not many platforms. It's either like very woman dominated or co-ed dominated, but there's not really safe space where guys can just go in and try to respectfully, gotta say respectfully, like
don't get us canceled now.
You gotta respectfully just say what you want to say, but also in a way where it's like I'm not trying to be demeaning. Yes, I might be aggressive in one moment, but in the other moment I'm like, yo, this is really something that a lot of people feel. So I come into that common understanding. So.
And you see the work in progress in the show too, because we both talk about therapy and how we have our therapist. Shout out to Dr.
Shout out
Asia
your
Jones.
therapist. I was about to say, you do it every episode. Shout out your therapist one more time so people can hear
Shout out
you.
to Dr. Asia Jones. She's working on me. So, if you do listen to our episodes and you get to the toxic segment, you think, Brian be wildin'. She working on me. God ain't done with me yet. So, the show is basically a great balance of righteousness and ratchetness. You feel me? So, so it's a work in progress. And I think we talk about a lot of stuff that we talk about how we like to vent and like what we like, sort of the red flags, the green flags that we like. We just gave a space to be free as black men.
Hey, and then sometimes, it's real copacetic and we have nice conversations, and sometimes might not go well.
I was about to say, 100%. You might not like what we say, but we warned you in advance. We literally are